What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to bring you guys a Prediction Princess deck profile.
Don't lose your way, your mind, we have to be.
Prediction Princesses are actually a deck I've actually kind of quickly fell in love with it after seeing it in the anime and then playtesting it. And overall, I think the deck is actually it's actually a really fun rogue deck, but overall, I'm actually really happy with it. So first off, we have 3 copies of Prediction Princess Tarot Tray. So Tarot Tray is actually a one of the, obviously the main monster of the deck. She's basically a Book of Moon and Book of Taio effect. During either player's turn, she can either Book of Moon a monster or flip a face down monster into attack mode. The other thing is, during your end phase, she spells and summons a flip effect monster from your graveyard. This monster is one of your main monsters of the deck. You never ever play less than 3. Next up for your Stratoses, we have the 3 Manju with the 10,000 hands, and we have the 3 Spirit of the Fallwind. These are some of your key parts. Manju is obviously normal summon it, search out whatever combo piece you don't have, but Tailwind's actually really good because if you don't know what this card does, normal summon it, search a flip effect monster from your deck. And she's also got pretty good numbers for a Stratos monster. She got 1800 attack, which is actually really good. If you open this in a pre-prep, you're going to basically win the game from there. I did try Brilliant Fusion in the deck because these, you can get both these monsters off multiple times in a turn, but it bricked me more often than I liked. Next up, of course, this is one of the reasons the deck's even, playable. 2 copies of Pot of the Forbidden. Pot of the Forbidden is a flip effect monster. It's a level 9, so it's a 1-card tribute for your Tarot Tray. Then the main thing you care about is it has the 4 different effects you can apply once per turn, and all of them, it has Pot of Greed, Trash Step Shoot, a Regeki, and a Giant Trunade effect. So all these effects are it has the effect of 3 band cards and a Regeki all in 1 card, and it's a 1-card tribute for your Tower Tray. Really good. And for the only other Prediction Princess monsters I have are 3 copies of Prediction Princess Coinroma. Coinroma is really good because she can grab any flip effect monster straight from your deck, but with the minor restriction that you cannot summon any other monster effects except Prediction Princess monsters during that turn. But the neat combo you can do with this card is this is your hand or your grave. If you have Tarot Tray during the end phase, you can use Tarot Tray's effect to special summon this in face down defense mode, and then use Tarot Tray's other effect to flip her face up and grab the pot from your deck. So it's really one of the neat combos you can do. Now of course, we play Shaddolls in here, so we play 2 copies of Hedgehog. Hedgehogs is really good because it's basically one of your main searchers. Allows you to search your fusion spells, especially without Construct. Having these has gotten even more important. Then 2 Falcos. With Construct Band, I don't think 3 is necessary, but 2 is really good because it helps you with your grind game. It's also a tuner, so that's really important. And then the 3 Shaddol Beast. This might seem a little overkill, but it's basically like an upstart goblin whenever it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect. And it's worst come to worst, if you do brick with it, you contribute it for your summon of your Tower Tray, and it will get its effects, which is really nice. Then for the last couple of Shaddol monsters, I played 2 Squamatas and 1 Dragon. These are probably the most... you only need 1 Dragon because a lot of people aren't playing back row, and then Squamata is just kind of like, it's like it gives you to any Shaddol name you need. Next up, that's all the monsters for the spells. I play 3 copies of Pre-Preparation of Rites. This card is absolutely it's amazing. It is a plus, basically on activation, you can add a ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, and add a martial monster from your deck or graveyard whose name is to your hand. It's listed on the monster. So the great thing about this card is it's a +1 on activation, and it is restrictive, but in this deck you have to play 3. And obviously, it's going to be main effect, recycle your spells when we get Ritual Sanctuary next set, so that's going to help it even more. Next up, we have 3 copies of Prediction Ritual. Obviously, you play 3. The nice thing about the card is you can banish it from the graveyard to add a Prediction Princess from your deck, so it's kind of nice to get 2 uses out of a card. And next up, we have 2 Instant Fusion. I don't have that Ultra, unfortunately, but anyway. Instant Fusion is really good in the deck because one of the issues I've always noticed with Shaddolls and Prediction Princesses as well is lack of rank 4 access. This makes rank 4 access easier with Norden, and also when it comes into a pinch, you can Instant Fuse for your Winda to give you Fusion and Tribute Fodder, which is really nice. Then for the fusion spells, obviously we play the 1 L because it's the maximum you can play, and the 3 Shadow Fusion. I notice a lot of players don't run L, but L is still, it's even without construct, it still wins games on it. It's basically a win button. And Shaddoll Fusion is a future fusion when your opponent controls an extra deck monster. Don't need to talk too much about that. Then for the traps, only play a few. We have the one Shaddoll Core. Core is really nice because it allows you to, gives you fusion fodder, and it's also a monster. And it's nice because you can also synchro with it as well. One of my favorite combos in Shaddoll is to dump this with Schemata and recycle the fusion spell you just used, which is really nice. The one Sinister Shadow games, you don't really need more than one. If you don't like this card, you can also play Foolish Burial as well, but I kind of like, it's a bit responsive, and yeah. Then for the last trap, we have 2 copies of Storming Mirror Force. The main reason this is in here is because I noticed that Prediction Princesses, even though you do have a pot of taboos, the deck just cannot get over cards like Chaos Max Dragon and Dark Destroyer very easily. So that's one of the reasons why Storming's in here. It just deals with those Cosmo ships and those other monsters that the deck does have trouble dealing with. And then now for the extra deck, we have 2 copies of El Shaddoll Shekanaga. Shekanaga is still an incredible card. The fact that she can negate any effect if you have a Shaddoll card in your hand, it's on the field, and she's a 3K, just 3K defense, which means a lot of decks just can't really get over that very easily. So that's pretty nice. Then we have the 2 copies of El Shaddoll Winda. I never really felt like even in the early days, you needed more than 2, but 2 is. She has lost a little bit of her luster, but because a lot of decks can get over her fairly easily nowadays. However, some decks just instantly fold if they can't special summon more than once per turn, especially with decks like Metal Foes and other decks that need to special summon multiple times in a turn to go off or coming out. This card's going to get a little even better. Then for the last fusion, of course, we have the one Norden. Norden's obviously, mainly it's here for easy rank 4 access, and so that's why I like it. Then for the Synchros, I have 1 copy of High Speed Roid Chambara. It's not the easiest card to go into. You have to use, I think, Hedgehog and Falco, but I still think Chambara is an amazing card. You can obviously play something like Stardust Torch Warrior in its place, but I like it. The 1 copy of Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. This deck and floaters don't play well together, so Meteor Burst kind of deals that. One of the cool things you can do if you have a Meteor Burst and a Pot of Taboos and a Tower Tray out is you could go into battle phase, flip up your Pot of Taboos, and activate its effect to nuke all your opponent's monsters, and then because you're in the battle phase and Meteor Burst is out, they won't get their effects. The 1 copy of Black Rose Dragon. Black Rose Dragon is amazing, being able to nuke the field, and then clear, and then go for game is really nice. The 1 copy of Star Eater. Star Eater is, you can go into this with Falco and Core. It's really good because when it hits the field, your opponent can't do anything. And also when they attack, it can't do anything. So especially in a format where people are demise decks, running a lot of Solemns, a lot of these other cards, Star Eater bypasses a lot of those cards, which is really nice. Now for the Exceeds, we have 1 copy of Phantom, Fortress, and Blathier. This is probably a card a lot of you guys are pretty unfamiliar with, but it's a rank 9, so its effect is once per turn you can detach an Exceed material from this card, and then it has to activate one of these effects. But the main thing you care about is it can banish monsters without targeting, so it's good over monsters like Dark Destroyer, it gets over monsters like Chaos Max, so yeah, you kind of have to have it in here. Then for, obligatory rank 4s, 1 Castell. Castell's Love, Castell's Life. You want Abyss Dweller because floaters, as I said earlier, floaters in this deck don't play well together. The 1 that goes to Emerald for cycling your engine back. And last, of course, we have the 1 Utopia and the 1 Utopia Lightning. These cards are obviously, again, it's for outing those big monsters like the Cosmo ships, and it just helped overall. They're just like, I feel like if you can make these, you kind of have to play them. So anyway, guys, let me go down in the comment section down below what you guys think of this Prediction Princess list. Do you think it can make some changes? Do you think it's a pretty solid list? Let me know down below. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you guys for watching. This is Orstorm, signing out.